Hello there, YouTube, and welcome to Sunday, the what are we, the 3rd or 4th today? Yeah, the 4th. And yeah, this is literally the first time well, I take that back. At around 9 for about 10 minutes. Oh, look at the deer running right there. Come on, thing. Oh, the one ran away. I didn't get him. He or she. One just ran off in the bushes there. Sitting there in plain sight, and I didn't notice it. But anyway, the sun came out for about 10, maybe 15 minutes. And then next thing you know, you hear the pounding on the roof again. So, yeah, it stopped. I don't know, probably 20 minutes ago. And so I thought, well, since my whole day's pretty much gone for doing anything, I figured I'd go out there and take a look at I want to at least see where the brake fluid condition is on the iron. And all these plans of I'm trying to hit the zoom thing and it's not recognizing my finger. There we go. Jeez. But anyway, it's been a chill day, as we've made a lot of these days over this nice vacation. Somebody was coming. Look at the blue skies back that way. Look at this. We're probably going to get some sunshine coming here about the time the sun goes down. I think sunset's at like 4:38 or somewhere around there. But yeah, that's the first. It's been nice. But anyway, I think it's, that last day of your vacation is that kind of that doom and gloom day that you can't really get motivated for anything because you're going back to the grind tomorrow, which I really don't mind as long as it's busy. That's the one thing. I mean, the last couple 3 weeks or so at work, man, it was like pulling nails, and it's, if I don't have something to do, I can at least roam around and, talk with customers and help other technicians with little things. And you feel like you're, though not profitable, it feels like your day was of use or successful as it may be. But man, sometimes it's just nothing. And then the techs that are strictly flat rate, they just go home. So you walk upstairs, there's no one even there. So it's crazy. But that's the way the economy is right now in the motorcycle world. That's for sure. When anything, like I've told you guys this a million times, when anything goes funky, the toys suffer the worst. And motorcycles are not a necessity. It's more of a toy than anything else. I mean, I've been in situations where the motorcycle was my only transportation, and I was fine with that, And other people are in the same situation, but they're not. if a motorcycle becomes your only transportation, it's by two things. It's either that's the way you want to do it, and living in the Pacific Northwest, it's probably not the smartest thing to do by any stretch. Or the other reason, whether they admit it or not, is because that's what financial position you're in. I don't think anyone chooses not to have a car. It's just, getting things. And I mean, like this, just the simple stuff we got last night. I mean, I couldn't do that on a motorcycle. I just couldn't do that. But you got things like Amazon and whatever, you can order stuff, but you're probably not going to get 10-foot PVC pipes. There goes the clunking out there. Anyway, let's go out here and rearrange some stuff or maybe I'm thinking I might be able to do the iron just right where it sits. The iron is one I want to test. I'm just not convinced. It's been almost 18 years since I flushed that brake fluid. I just can't feasibly think how I could ever let that happen. I'm sure I was doing it, and just like Kelly says, you write all these little notes on these little pieces of paper. Post-it notes are the worst thing ever for me, because I got these little notes. Y'all see my desk, it's just notes. And the worst thing is I need a piece of paper right quick. The the little pad's not around, so I'll just flip the backside of a note and write a note on the back of another note. You know, so I eventually round those things up, and you'll see if they're of any use and toss them. But you know, I don't know, because like if I don't have my phone, or I usually don't enter those things in my spreadsheet with my phone, because I don't know, it's just sloppy. I just take a piece of paper, write it down, put the mileage, the date, and all that stuff, put it in my pocket, and I go and just do it on the desktop or laptop, as it may be. I haven't had a desktop. Jeez. Good Lord. How long would that be? Haven't had one since we lived. It's been about 20 years. I think the last desktop I purchased was in 2003. It's crazy, huh? All right, let's go in here and where it's warm where the irons hide. So yeah, I was gonna fix the dog pen thing with the PVC pipe. Never got around to that. And oh, you know what? I don't have keys to unlock the steering. It's just the shape of that thing. Why does that thing look like it's bulging? It was. How did you gain so much? Probably just temperature changes out here. Well, it's nice to know that thing is that sealed. The old iron, I don't have the keys. I keep them things stowed away in a safe. So anyway, I need to get a key for it. I might be able to just. No, I think when I spin it to the right, I'm gonna try to get a clutch lever digging into the slim over there. In typical Harley, as soon as you lift it off that stand off the ground, it tries to close on you. Oh, excuse me, Grom. Didn't mean to be in your way. Anyway, go grab some keys. Check this thing out. I mean, it looks so. What if I can use the light on the camera? And it's not going to focus. But you can, with a light, you can shine right in the bottom of the base of those things. That's what I've always liked about Harleys. And the front brake or rear brakes on the front like that. The rear brake on this, because it's right-hand drive instead of left-hand drive. Sportsters, because how they are, and that the reservoir cup, it's kind of disguised in that little area there. So anyway, I got the Z50 done. Haven't taken it for a ride. The times I could have rode it, I didn't, or it was the end of the day or something. And that boot showed up. I think Friday. Yeah, it was a Friday after Christmas. And it was a chance that it would show up before we took our vacation, but they closed the store on Christmas Eve, so that kind of put the kibosh on it. It might have shown up Christmas Eve, but the store was closed, so but it was there bright and early on a Friday after Christmas. Lovely little motorcycles. And them things were just stone reliable. It's crazy. Of course, things were built different back in those days, You made something, very unreliable. And there was motorcycles that were made, and to this day, they're just, like they end up on that list of worst motorcycles ever made. And these things just went and went and went. As bizarre as they are, with the very strange Toledo carburetor, how the thing works and stuff but it's just, somebody else's vision of how a carburetor works. It absolutely works. Works great. Now that I know I can tip that thing on its left side, because there's one of those vents back here, right there. In fact, you just need to make sure it's not hot, because it's going to pour on the exhaust. But really, a two-stroke exhaust, even when you're wringing that thing out, you can pretty much put your hand on it. Danny, I forgot the keys. Are you going to hang while I go in the house and back? He goes, absolutely not. Watch this when I head for the door. He says, I will not get locked in here. I hear Sasha out there barking. She must see a cat. Let's go see what she's doing. You ready, Danny? Let's go get him. So I got suckered into coming out here after dark anyway. I go in to get something in the garage, and Sasha's looking at me in the house there. And Mom's going, oh. She goes, look at that face. It was that little please. So I'm just gonna walk to the neighbor's driveway and probably turn around and walk towards the road and come back. Let her feel like she got something. That's actually not exactly a small walk, but it's enough. Wow, I don't think the camera's even focusing on anything. It is really dark out here. You always got to run back, don't you? But, look at the skies out there. Oh, that's nice. So I cut up a board for Christy. That's why I went back in there. She's putting some little small shelves in the closet just to put up little trinkets and stuff. And I brought those boards in. That's when Sasha was giving me the sad puppy dog look. All right, let's head back. That's a nice little walk, as it turns out. What do you think there, Sasha? I think Danny ran up on the porch and somebody let him in. How do you like my sawhorses for that board? It's an 8-foot board, and I just cut it in half. It's just a small closet inside there. I think it's 5 feet wide, or maybe it's 6 feet wide. She just wanted a little something to put trinkets on. Loving the way the skies are looking here at the end of the day. You can get a little walk in. See if Sasha wants to come in and hang out inside or not. You gonna hang with me for a little bit here, Sachi? Huh? Your tail is fanning the dust on the floor, and I think it's mostly yours and Abby and Madison. Because every night we come home, they got to come roaming through here. So anyway, I was able to level the thing out before I realized I forgot a bag. I do need to loosen I don't know if you know, with Harleys, you have to loosen both the switch. Oh, she stepped on those PVCs. The perch for the master cylinder and the switch assembly, because the brake switch, they're interconnected. You need to move them both together. So I'm pretty sure I can loosen these things because I'm level this way to the world. I just need it to be level this way. And I take a little Sharpie and put just a little ding on there so I can see where it goes back. And if you still see it, just shoot a little brake cleaner on a little corner of a rag and just go knocks it right off of there. All right, let's see what you crying over there. Just find a place to park there, Sasha. Goofy mutt. So she's all leveled off. Cap is off. And as you can see, it doesn't look bad. That doesn't mean absolutely anything. So I need to figure out where the battery's at for this thing. Where does the battery come off? I think I've got a double A out here, or a triple A. Uh-oh. It's got a battery in it. That's never good on these things. These things eat batteries. Oh. Well, I'll be dead. See if I can do this without dripping it anywhere. Which would be really hard. One-handed. Well, two hands, one with a camera. All All right, so she's on 1%. Make sure you get the tongs in there. You don't have to sink the whole thing in there, but get the tongs all the way in. That literally does not need to be changed. I don't have to do anything with that. At 1%, it doesn't go. What makes brake fluid go bad is simply moisture content and a whole lot of use. That's crazy. But it's only one line, one disc. I might as well just do it. I mean, there's no ABS. It's just simple sand. I just put the tongs in a towel so they're not dripping anywhere. So I have a big bath towel underneath there, and then I tape some so it don't slide off on me. A trash bag on top of there. So if anything hits, it's just going to run off and hit the deck. Not going to hit any painted parts. Might hit my chrome exhaust, but that ain't going to hurt nothing. That wipes off. That's a crazy quantity of fluid for just a single rotor. And those are those old calipers. When you let go of the lever, it actually pulls the pads off ever so slightly. And if this return hole, well, it shows like it's got two of them in there. There's two holes. I don't know if I put a light on it, it'd make it even worse. But you can see two little small holes forward. And then the one big one. The big one in the back is the one that takes the fluid in, that sends it down the line. And those two little ones are the relief. And that does two things. When you back off the brake, it backs the pucks off ever so slightly, so they're not dragging against the brake. And as the heat builds up, you're getting all sporty out there, brake fluid expands, and it needs to push that fluid back in the reservoir. And that's part of the reason why you have this diaphragm up here. That is both to drop as the fluid goes down and work as a buffer, so there's an expansion allowed as the brake fluid gets hot. And you can see the top line is kind of built into the case. You can see the top line is right there by the fluid. And I need to take my master, or the cap and diaphragm in and thoroughly wash them out. I use water, and you just have to either let it dry or compress air it dry. It needs to be absolutely dry for obvious reasons. What's the enemy to brake fluid is water. And another thing, this is all part of this, don't wave a wand and just suck the cup out, put new fluid in there, because it's not circulating. It's not circulating the brake fluid. In the ever so slightest amount, when you back off the brakes, fluid comes back, but it's not circulating. Absolutely not circulating. It's not like an oil pump in an engine that it pushes it up, it falls back down, and just gets picked back up again. It's not circulating. I set you a little bed down there and everything. You're not going to use it? See the little... Look, she's not going to get on that thing. There's a little pad if you want to rub your face. She always has itchy eyes. But anyway, the fluid should be flushed, and it's so simple. It'd be stupid not to do it, because the rule is every 2 years or 25,000 miles. Less than 1% of water. Number 2 is 2% of water. There's no notes. Or the 3% water, it says change of fluid is recommended. And if you get 4%, urgent. Change of brake fluid is necessary. Danger. Other things like you in manuals or whatever, if it gets to 4%, it's critical. And I've shown you guys, where that's why I say you got to get the tongs in there a bit and let it sit, because they can creep up. Maybe 2, and you watch, and all of a sudden, it starts creeping into 3. And or you get, it's 3, just hang on for a second. Sometimes you start to see the red light starting to light up. And there's some you dip it in there and it goes whack, immediately goes to 4. I've showed you that on quite a few bikes, mostly Spiders, it seems, because People just don't change the brake fluid in spiders because it's expensive, because the pumps need to be run. And I mean, you can gravity feed the things, but you're not, that's the same thing like that. And now Harleys, I don't know if it started, I think it started in 24 and newer. A warning light comes on your dash, a little wrench shows up, and you can only get that wrench to show up after the pump, the ABS pump, or VCM, whatever you want to call it. The ABS pump's been flushed. It's been gone through that cycle that you go through. Otherwise, it's not going off. And it's not something you can do yourself. Now, I bought that one scanner tool that you can get in there and do it. But it's, it's like, the BRP thing is just so straightforward. And the BMW thing is very straightforward. These are, it's kind of clunky. It's doing the same thing, but, they're a little funky, the interface. I mean, they do the job. They're doing what it needs to do. It's running the pump like it's supposed to. It does it the same way. You can pump the pedal and do all the stuff. It makes all the same sounds. It's doing the same thing. It's just the software is not written very, very well. Hey there, Raelynn. But anyway, I get this thing hooked up. I think my pump's over there in the stash in the corner. So you come out to see me? Oh, don't get the dirt on it. It won't stick to nothing anymore. Throw it on the refrigerator or something. Danny's going, what do you got there?
Hi. Hi.
Is that your girl there, Danny, huh? He goes, yep, that's my best good girl. My best good friend. All right. All right, so I went in, cleaned, dried the cap and diaphragm. That's nice fresh fluid in there, nice fresh out of a sealed bottle. So I'm done. I gave her about 3 flushes and I just about cleared that bottle out. That reservoir holds a lot of brake fluid. So I'm wondering if that's why it's staying so good. So I moved Flirty. I got to move her some more out of the way. Move her farther out of the way, and I'm just going to push the iron forward so I can get a jack underneath it. Because I can't fight between the bikes here. I don't necessarily have to have it on jack. Just I need to get it forward so I can get my hands on it. And I was trying to do this without moving too much stuff around back there, but I might have to anyway. I think I need to go farther out. I need to get at least, behind the Z50 and the X90. But there we are. It's absolutely zero. The little green light at the bottom of the tester just stays green. It's like I'm not even sticking it in anything. So I need to get it capped off because it's fresh fluid. And like I say, it'll start absorbing moisture as we sit here and speak. As I always tell you guys, the rear is always going to be worse than the front. Although the fluid level doesn't look bad, it's a good thing this thing's as simple as it is. It just goes from the slave cylinder, which is on the other side because the brake is on the right. And the reservoir goes across to that. There's the slave cylinder. And anyway, it pumps it from that to the rear caliper. And off you go. Off to the races, young man. But anyway, this is the money maker. I can't get all the way in there with the thing, but it's enough. Look at that, immediately goes to 3. And it looks like it's trying to get the 4 to go. I'm dipping my whole thing in here, trying to do this one-handed. But it's not 4. Oh yeah, I dipped the whole thing in there. Yummy. But yep, that one's, it's suggested that it be clean, but it's not at a critical mass point. Actually, before I went on here, when I looked, I thought it was hitting the red. I thought it was going to 4%. So I just, because it was at a weird angle, I got to loosen this to get the cap on and off, but for flushing purposes, because you know, the fluid level's all cockeyed because the thing's sideways, but you can just unbolt this and hold it in your hand and top it off, put the cap on. I still got to go in, clean and dry the cap, and that'll be it. That'll be the flush for the old iron. God almighty, ain't that something? Crazy old thing. She's a good old gal, though. I sure love this thing. She's still like new. She gets bugs on her every once in a while. I think I've been caught in a little wet once or twice, but I was able to get it all cleaned off. No harm, no foul. There the old iron is. She's all reset. I got the numbers down and go put it in a spreadsheet when I get done in there. So I can only assume that it was close to the 8 years. I think it's just the climate control in here that's saving them. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. And the fact that thing holds as much fluid up there, it's crazy how much fluid that cup holds, that reservoir. But she's got fresh fluid. She's good for another couple years. But, oh, need to plug in Flirty. Don't have her plugged in. You know, and who knows when I'll realize that thing's not plugged in again. Keep it on that battery tender. And, yeah, good old iron. Proud of that old gal. Love that thing. Every time I ride it, and I love it. It's just one of those bikes. All of them, you know, you pick the ones that you really like. Everything from little mini bikes to DRs to Himalayans. But that'll be it for tonight. That'll be it for that wonderful vacation we had. Man, that was nice. Man. Had since Christmas Eve. We were off Christmas Eve and all the way through this Sunday. It's a nice long time. Somebody commented, just wait till you retire. You'll be like that all the time. Every time Kelly and I have one of these little vacations, that deeply, deeply sets in our head. But you gotta wait till the timing's right. And go too early, you end up in trouble. Be scrambling. But anyway, I hope work's better when we get back to work. Hope there's I notice there's more emails coming through. And that's a very positive thing because I still get work emails even though I'm home. Email's email. And that's a promising thing to see. But anyway, on that, I'll grab a little woman. We'll conclude our vacation. Man, thanks for hanging around with us. That was fantastic. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it wasn't too boring for you because we can get overly relaxed sometimes. But on that, we're going to roll. Well, over there you do. The rain slowly drizzling. It hasn't been pouring, but just that constant wet stuff. You just hear the gutters nonstop draining. Unfortunately, this is it. Yep. For that very, very nice vacation.
Mm-hmm. It was nice.
When it starts, you think you got all the time in the world, you know?
And it just starts going by really fast.
Went through Christmas and then New Year's. And here we are. Back to normalcy again.
Yep, that's the old grind.
The fun ride's over. Now it's time to get back to work.
Yep.
But anyway, appreciate you guys hanging out with me out there goofing around with the old Iron 883. Surprised them brakes were as good as what they were. Yeah. That's crazy. But anyway, I think on that, we're going to roll out on you.
Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same Smoak time, same Smoak channel. Don't forget to give a thumbs up. And you guys have an amazing Monday or Tuesday.
Heck yeah. All right.
And see you tomorrow.
Yep. See you in the morning.
See you again.
All right. Bye-bye now.